my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited right now. This is so much fun. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Hello, welcome back. I'm so excited to be picking up the camera for another vlog. I feel like it's been, I don't know, maybe like a couple weeks. 2 weeks since I've done a vlog, so I'm very excited to just get to hang out and chat with you and just have a good time. So I'm actually doing something a little bit different right now. I'm almost embarrassed to say that I'm crocheting a wearable. Who am I? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, it's not a plushie, it's a wearable. So I started working on this maybe a few months ago or something. I'm honestly not even sure what I was doing. I think I had an idea for a design and then I stopped because I design plushies. I don't design wearables. Maybe one day, but that day is not today. So my plan is actually to unwind all of this and put it back into a cake form so that I can crochet something else. So you might have seen in some of my recent videos, I've been wearing a lot of like, I don't know what you even call them. They're kind of like little cardigan, like short sleeve moments, whatever. The pattern is actually from Evelyn and Peter, and I believe it's called the Poppy cardigan. And it's one of my favorite little like cover up tops to wear with the tank top in the summer. So my plan is to do that with this yarn here because I think it's really pretty and fun. This is Karen Cotton Cakes and it's got like purple, pink, whatever. So I want to unwind this and get it all back into this sort of situation as I hit my hand on the yarn winder. So I'm gonna do that right now, but I'm also getting ready to film a Q&A right now too. So I figured I'd start the vlog here, film that video, come back to the vlog, you know, just all the filming today. So I just posted on Instagram and YouTube asking you guys to ask me questions. So hopefully while I'm doing this, some of those questions pour in, we can do the Q&A, we can work on the cardigan, and it's just gonna be a good day. I can just feel it already. Aside from the fact that it is humid in California for some reason, I don't know what's going on there, but it is feeling like when I lived in Illinois here right now. Like it is crazy humid right now. That's not great, but everything else is great. So I'm really excited to do this, aside from the fact that this is what the yarn is looking like that I need to wind. This is freaking me out a little bit and I'm worried we're gonna have some knots, but I also really just want another one of those little crochet cardigan tops because my one thing with wearables is I don't like when I don't wear them because then it feels like a waste, but I know that I wear this particular design a lot. You've probably seen me wear it several times already in the past few months. It just might take some tears winding it back up. So I think I'm honestly stalling at this point. I probably just need to do it. Anyways, I know later on I'm gonna be sharing all sorts of fun updates with you. I have a couple ideas in my head that I just have to get out and share with you. So we're gonna get to that, but first we're gonna wind this yarn. I literally lasted all of about 10 seconds. This is how much yarn I've wound so far and I've called it quits. I think I'm just going to start by using this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work from here and pretend this is my little skein of yarn because it's not gonna get tangled, and this is probably gonna be the only piece I actually have to wind, but you know, I'm just improvising. I'm refusing, and that is okay. That is completely okay. Okay, so I totally forgot to update you last night after I finished filming our Q&A, so I apologize for that, but I did make quite a bit of progress since then on this little cardigan that I'm working on. I want to show it to you really quick. So I did this during our little Q&A video that is live by the time that you are watching this. It was kind of just like a really chatty, fun, more relaxed style of video, and I really enjoyed it. I have just been yapping to you guys lately, let me tell you, because I filmed that video, I'm filming this video, and then I also just did a live stream today over on YouTube where I also worked on this, and it was just so much fun. I am just loving the lives lately. I've been having so much fun with you guys, and I just love getting to chat. It just feels like we're having like a little crochet friend like lunch hour almost. It's so much fun. So I think I showed it to you already, but this is kind of what things are looking like. This is the back panel, so that has been very fun, and I feel like I'm at like a good little resting point with that because I've been working on that so much lately. So that's mainly what I've been up to since I last talked to you, but my camera is about to die, so I'm gonna charge it and I'm gonna come back. Okay, we are back with the charged camera finally. I realized that I only have a few things to update you on since the last vlog, but let's just go through them quickly. So the first is I had to show you this. This is a really cute little dinosaur that I made using Crochet Grove's new pattern. I love these colors. I believe I used Hobie Toucan for all of them except for these two. These are Parfait Chunky, and a lot of you have been asking. I do interchange Parfait Chunky and Hobie Toucan, and I don't have any issues, and I just thought this was so cute. cute. This is a really adorable little pattern, and I'm pretty sure it's almost no sew. The only thing I had to sew were these, and it's just so cute. So I had to show that. But then, as you might know, I do have a little series going on my Instagram where I crochet the cats at my local shelter, and I just did part 3 of the series, but I used the new Mama Made Minis pattern, and this is one of their knotted plushie patterns, so I have to show that to you as well. Just look at how cute this little cat is. I absolutely love how it lays. This little cat in the shelter's name was Chief. It was a little kitten that was gray and had a striped tail like this, and I just really love how this turned out. I think it is the cutest thing. This would be such a great little gift for like a little baby shower or someone's kid or something. I just think this is such a cute little thing. So I had to show that to you, but now my plan is to go make one of those little eagles. It's a pattern by Crochet by Jenna, but my husband's coworker wants one, so I need to whip that up tonight so he can take it with him to work. Okay, so last night I made that little eagle, and I have to show it to you because seriously, this is like the cutest little bird that I've ever seen. Okay, so here it is. Like, look at this thing. Is this not the cutest little eagle that you've ever seen? Of course, it has a little dog hair on it. Okay, there we go. I got the dog hair off. But look at how cute this is. This pattern is actually by Jenna from Crochet by Jenna, and I found this pattern on her Patreon actually because I'm a member over there. So I highly recommend her Patreon. She's amazing. I love her. She's the best. So that was super nice. I didn't even know this little eagle pattern was on there, and I was looking for an eagle pattern, and this is just the perfect little thing. But I also have another thing that I need to work on. So you might remember this from a few vlogs back, but I talked about how I was making a sea lion for a friend. And something I noticed is that there's a bunch of seal patterns, but there's not a lot of sea lion patterns. And really the only main difference between the two is that sea lions are bigger and they have little ears, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I decided to use a seal pattern and just kind of go with that and make it a little bit larger. So this is the one that I used, and I do like the pattern. I think it turned out pretty cute, but I forgot that my friend wanted a little emerald green scarf to go with it. So I'm thinking today we can make the little scarf for our sea lion, but I need to see if I have the right color yarn. I'm thinking we should use an acrylic yarn because I feel like it'll look better than a chenille yarn. I don't know. And my plan is just to freehand it and go from there. I think we just need to go look and see what I have. So I'm already changing my mind because of course I don't have an emerald green acrylic yarn. Like, I know who I am. I barely ever use acrylic. I don't know what I was thinking. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this color right here, and I'm probably just gonna make this scarf out of single crochet, and hopefully it turns out cute. I feel like it should be totally fine, but we're just gonna have to try that. I think it should come out pretty cute. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm sure she'll like it either way, so I'm gonna go make this. Also, are you surprised at what I'm watching while I'm working on this little scarf? Because you shouldn't be. We all know that this is all I'm watching at this point is the grainy live streams. I'm literally living for it. Okay, so I just finished this scarf for our little walrus, and I just did a bunch of single crochets, and I think it's about 4 stitches wide. So I chained 5 and then did 4 single crochet, and I always underestimate how long scarves actually are. So it did take me quite a bit of time. I want to say like 30 minutes or so, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I didn't add any tassels or anything because I feel like it would just shed, but you can just take this off of the little, did I call this a walrus? I think it's supposed to be a sea lion. I'm pretty sure I just said a walrus a minute ago. But yeah, he's supposed to be a sea lion, and he's got his little green scarf. And I actually think it makes him look even cuter, but I will link this pattern in the description if you are curious. I think it turned out pretty cute. So that's him. We got him done, and then we also have the baby eagle that are ready to go home. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, so this morning we're gonna make some tweaks to my new free pattern that's gonna be coming out very soon. I haven't showed it to you on here yet, but I did share it on a live that I did on YouTube recently. Keep in mind, this version was chewed on by my dog because Remy and Bush like work together. Remy swats things off the desk and then Bush chews them. So it's just a perfect little scenario for both of them. But this is what it looks like. So this is a little sloth, and my plan is for this to be just a really market-friendly little clip for like backpacks and bags and things like that. This one doesn't have the clip on it right now, but it's gonna have a little tiny clip that I found on Amazon. I bought them in bulk over there so that the arms can clip on and off. But I also want to brainstorm some ideas of how I can just have the arms join in case you don't want to use a clip. I think that's something we're gonna have to think about today. And then also I want to make a few tweaks to this just to make it look a little bit more like a sloth. This one's looking a little rough right now because my dog was playing with it, but some of my friends friends over on Patreon said it might be good to add a sort of little nose detail. So my first thought is to add a little puff stitch in between the eyes in this like lighter face color here. And I think that might make it look good, but it's kind of tricky because sloths don't have ears or tails or anything like that. So they're relatively simple, and we are kind of just relying on the color change to make this look like a sloth. It looks super funny right now, but my other plan is to shorten up the legs just a little bit so they're not super dangly. And then I also want to show you the clips that I got for these really quick. Okay, so these are the clips. I found these on Amazon and they came in this pack of 100 for I think about $8 or $9, and they have a bunch of different colors. They also sell some that are like clear, transparent colored, so I might get those next, but I thought this would be fun to try for these, for the leggy frogs and stuff like that, and then maybe even make some different colored sloths, like a pink tone sloth or a red or an orange and purple and all of that. But before we do any of that, I need to start kind of refining this little sloth pattern first, and that's going to start with getting his face to look a little more sloth-like, and also coming up with that alternative for the clips if people don't have these and they still want to make the pattern. I think it would just be nice to have an option in the pattern if you don't have that. So that's what we're gonna do. I've got my iced latte, of course, and I think we're pretty much ready to go. I swear that getting an espresso machine was like the best investment I've ever made, because now I just have like coffee shop lattes at home and it is the best thing that has ever happened to me. So I'm thinking for this sloth, we're gonna go with these classic colors right here. And then I'm thinking we're gonna do this color clip to match the sloth. And then I'm gonna use the other colors to match like those color sloths that I make. I would love to make them in a bunch of different colors, but we're just gonna have to see how far I can get today. The nice thing about this pattern is it works up so quickly. I wanna say it's like a 15-minute-ish project, depending on how quick you can crochet. So I feel pretty confident that we can make some progress on this today. And I'm just really excited to get going. I just have so much fun designing free patterns because I feel like I can really do just whatever I want. I think because they're free, it alleviates a lot of the pressure for me to make something feel like a whole big pattern that is like worth selling. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just really fun, and I don't normally get to design these tiny little things because personally I don't know if I would sell them on Etsy, so it's just fun to have my blog where I can just share things like this with you. Okay, so here's what I've done so far. So I just finished the face and I attached the little clip here. So you can see like I just basically chained it through his little arms like this, and you don't have to sew it or anything, which is really nice. So what I did is I added this puff stitch in between his eyes so it looks like a little nose, and it just kind of gives him like some character from the side and stuff. But now I'm torn on if I should make the nose a different color. Like I feel like it could be fun to have a black nose, or I don't know, maybe even the same color as his body. But then if I do that, I feel like it might make the little color changes next to the eyes look kind of funny. I'm not sure, but I think it's definitely better than before because it just adds something to his face. Like for reference, this is the first one, and then this is like the puff stitch one. I just feel like it gives him a little extra something, and then that way you don't have to worry about embroidering a mouth because it's all kind of just like built into the pattern, you know? Because personally, I don't really like embroidering mouths. Like it's not something I particularly enjoy. So that's where we're at. I'm hoping to get this finished up and then make some edits to the actual pattern, and then I'm gonna send it over to my patrons and see if any of them would like to test it. And then hopefully after that, I can make them in a bunch of different colors, but we are just gonna have to see. I need to finish up this little sloth, but so far I think he's really cute. I'm excited. So I just finished writing the pattern. I got it sent over to my patrons for testing, and look at how cute this little one turned out. I love it so much. I sent it over to Ryan and he gave me the idea to name it Stanley the Sloth since I put it on my Stanley cup, and I honestly want to leave it here. I think it's so cute, but I'm having so much fun with this pattern right now that I want to make another one, and I want to show you the colors I have picked out. Okay, so here's the plan. So for this pattern, you do a dark, a medium, and a light color, and I happen to have 3 of the perfect green shades that will go perfectly together. So I'm thinking we can make a green sloth, because I feel like I've seen before that like some sloths, they move so little that they almost grow like a moss on them. I feel like that is a thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. But now my plan is to make a really cute little green sloth and use a matching green clip with it. I think that's gonna be super fun, but I'm hoping to have this pattern released on my vlog. By the time you're watching this video, it should be out. So I'll definitely keep you updated. I'm sure it will be, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited right now. This is so much fun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm seriously so excited to make my green sloth. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Okay, I just finished the little green sloth that I was making, and I can confirm, I did Google it. There are green sloths that exist, and I think it has something to do with them camouflaging into the trees, but also, I assume, because they move so slowly. Regardless, look at the little green sloth. I am obsessed with this one. If you don't know, this is Parfait Chunky Neon, this color right here, and then this is that limited edition seaweed salad color that they have, but I'm pretty sure that Hobie has some pretty similar colors to this that aren't limited edition. But here he is. He's sitting on my little Stanley cup right now. I don't know why. I just have him clipped there, but I definitely want to clip these onto the bag that I wear, like as a purse almost. I have like a crossbody bag, and I feel like it would just be so funny, like clipped right on the strap that's on my chest right here. I'm just so excited about these, and I feel like they're gonna be so fun for markets, so I can't wait to see the testers make these, and I'm just so excited to make them in more colors. I think I mentioned earlier that I need to make a pink one like ASAP. I feel like that is gonna be so cute, but I also just really love the little mossy sloth. Oh my gosh, they're so funny. I need to make like a million of these. If you're curious, here's a little clip. I'll link it in the description, but these work really well, and they're big enough that I can just crochet right into them with a 3.5mm hook. So that makes it super easy, and we love that. It makes it even better for markets, in my opinion. So last night I made so many of these little sloths. This is like the first one that we made together, but I want to say I made 4 or 5 of them last night. So I want to show them to you because I did make a few tweaks to this pattern. So for starters, I decided that I like the way it looks a lot better when I use a 3.5mm crochet hook, which is pretty small, but I just think that's better for these type of keychains where you kind of want them to be small. So here's the first one. So it just makes them a little bit tinier, but the stitches are also just really tight, which I feel like is kind of ideal for a keychain. And I think I showed you already, I made the mossy one yesterday, and then I also did this orange one. So we have him here. I think this one is so cute. I love the orange one. Oh my gosh, so cute. I think these would be so fun just to really clip anywhere. Like, who doesn't want a little hanging sloth to hang out with them, right? And then this morning I made this pink one, which might be another one of my favorites. I just think it's so cute. I actually used Sweet Snuggles Light for the face, and then I used Parfait Chunky Bubblegum for the body. So I mixed both of those. And for reference, the Parfait Chunky Bubblegum is like the exact same color as these clips, which I just now noticed. I think that's pretty funny. But after making all these sloths, I realized that I want to shorten the back legs a little bit, because you might notice when it's just hanging like this, it's leaning forward a little bit. And I feel like if we just shorten it a little bit, or maybe I mean the front legs, I don't know, because if I shorten the back legs, maybe it'll make it lean forward more. Now that I'm holding up to the camera, I think I have it backwards. I think the back legs should stay this length, and then the front legs are what need to come up to make him sit more like horizontally instead of almost kind of being at a diagonal like this. So I think that's the plan. I need to shorten the front legs, and I'm glad I'm talking to you right now because I almost just wrote down that I need to shorten the back legs. So I think that's the only change I need to make to the pattern, but I'm just having so much fun with these, and I love that they're like somewhat useful. Like, you can put them places or you can carry them around with you. You might also know that I love blind boxes, things like mini brands or Sunny Angels, and I feel like this would be really fun to do as well. Like having little blind boxes and not knowing what color sloth you're getting. I don't know, it's just so fun, but I need to make that tiny little edit to the pattern. And I'm also curious if you would like a tutorial for this here on YouTube. I plan on having this as a written pattern on my website, but I'm always unsure if I should actually make a tutorial to share on my YouTube channel just so you can visualize things. I don't know, I always go back and forth, so I'd love to hear what you think. But all of this keychain making has me wanting to make another crochet pattern that I'm a little bit embarrassed embarrassed to say that I've never tried before, and that is the leggy frog. I know, it's like actually crazy. I've never made one of those, but I just bought the pattern and I'm planning on making one of those with the little green clip and having his hands meet so that he can be on a backpack or a purse or a water bottle and just hold on to it. I think for my first one, I'm just gonna do this classic green color, and I don't know if I'm gonna embroider a mouth. I honestly have not been loving that recently. I don't know why. I just have like decided I don't want to embroider mouths anymore. We'll see, but I'm gonna get started on that. So I'm curious if you notice this as well, but I have found that when I order Parfait Chunky, especially in the color Key Lime, it seems like that's the most consistent colorway that they have. Every time I order it, it just seems like it's always perfect. But I can't say the same for the other colors. I just noticed that for some reason, the color Key Lime, and I think it's the really light yellow one too, they're always like the perfect consistency, but then sometimes the other colors are like not that way. I don't know, it's just an interesting observation. I think that plays a big part in why I like the color Key Lime so much. It's just like the most enjoyable to work with, and same with that yellow color. I think it's called Sunshine or something. So I feel like it definitely needs a mouth, but also how have I never made one of these before? Like, this is adorable. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna add a little mouth, but I'm gonna do something different because I want it to be really small. So if you don't know, I went through a bit of like a bracelet, a friendship bracelet making phase. So I have all of this embroidery floss. I also used to do hand embroidery, but I'm hoping I have a black color in here for the mouth. Of course I don't. Of course I don't. But look at all my pretty embroidery. Maybe one day we can do some embroidering or some friendship bracelet making together or something. I feel like I literally have every single color except for black, but this is what I'm gravitating towards, this like random dark green. I feel like that's gonna probably work best for us today. Hopefully this dark green looks good. I think that it should. The designer of this pattern uses dark green in the pattern, so okay, I actually like it. I like how thin it is. Sometimes I feel like when you use yarn, the mouths can look just like way too thick. So this might be my sign to go buy some more embroidery floss at Michael's soon. I feel like this one's kind of off center, so I think I need to pull it out and try again because that just looks a little wonky. Okay, there we go. I think that's definitely better. How cute is he? I love this so much. I need to just secure this really quick. I am literally years late to the leggy frog trend at this point, but I might be bringing it back, okay? I love this pattern. It's so cute. So I just finished my first little leggy froggy and I have him on my fingers like this. I think it's so cute how you can kind of tie them on things. Like now I'm having the idea to tie him onto my Stanley Cup. I feel like there's so many fun things that you can attach them to, but I can't believe this is the first time I've ever made one of these. I will say I don't think I'm gonna use the embroidery floss again because you can kind of see here, it just is like very loose and I had to use hot glue to kind of secure it. But even then it's like slightly wonky. So I'll probably just tie this to like my fridge or something and just let him sit there. But he is very cute. I used a 3.5mm crochet hook and I really like the way it turned out. I feel like the 3.5mm is just really nice for small things like this because it just makes the stitches very tight and uniform, for me at least. This is just so funny though. Like I've seen these so many times, but it's fun to finally have my own little leggy frog. Okay, so I want to show you the progress that I'm making on my cardigan so far. I'm going a little bit slower than I feel like I used to with things like this, but I really like the way that it's looking so far. So far, I've only done the back panel, but I think the colors are super fun and it has this really nice mesh look, which is why I love it so much for the summertime, especially with a cotton yarn. It's just the perfect thing to throw over a tank top or something like that if you want a little more coverage. It's really just one of my favorite summertime garments. I made my first one a year ago and I still wear it all the time. So I'm really excited to have this finished up. And if you are curious, I think I mentioned, but this yarn is called Karen Cotton Cakes and it is a cotton yarn. And I would say it's a value yarn. I really, really enjoy it. And I just love the different color combinations. Another one of my favorite colors in this yarn is called Beach View. If you've been around for a while, you might remember I made myself an Evie matching hexagon cardigans and I used that yarn for it. And I think it turned out so cute. So I really do love that and I'm very excited about that. But just to remind you, my sloth keychain pattern will be available on my website by the time this video is live. So if you're curious to make some of these for any of your upcoming markets or just for yourself, honestly, feel free to go check that out. I'm gonna have everything linked in the description. I'll have my website linked down there, as well as a link to the little clips that I've been using. I honestly really like these clips. I find that they work really well and they're pretty cheap, so I'll link those down there as well. I just had so much fun making all these little keychains and our leggy frog, of course. Like this, I feel like counts as a keychain. I think I need to add one of the buckles to his hand so that he can hold on to stuff like this. Like how cute would this be on my bag for him to just be hanging out like this? Like imagine running into me in public and I just have this like hanging off of my bag. I feel like that's a green flag, honestly. He's so cute. So that's something I might have to do very soon. But I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me in this vlog. I have so much fun making these and just getting to spend some time with you. So thank you for being here. If you're enjoying all the fun crochet content that I'm creating here on YouTube, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. So thanks again for hanging out with me this week, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!